I have to tell you, America, I am almost giddy because I feel a change in this country. I have worried about these things for so long, but you are waking up. It is amazing what is happening and the word that is spreading, and amazing how silent everybody is, except the name callers. I want you to know the first part of this program dealt with the loudmouths. They're the shouters. They're the ones that refuse to argue with the facts. I mean, I might get a little loud from time to time, but I use facts. These people instead resort to intimidation and bumper sticker slogans. You know, they go into the arguments like, well, he just wants to starve cute, cuddly kids without armpits. He hates the poor people so much he'd rather eat them than help them. No, I don't. Are they tasty? No, I really don't want to do that. And I don't think most politicians want to do that either. However, there are some politicians and mainly special interest groups that just want to get wealthy, or radical progressives, or in this case, believe it or not, I can't believe we're talking about communists, that support policies and enact policies, as we've just showed you, that don't help the armpitless kids. Instead, they continue to hurt people and make them more dependent on government, which would give them more power. Oh my goodness, I'm starting to figure this out. The second part of the problem is the politicians. They toss out the red meat for the shouters to feast on both sides. And the result is, well, he's just a shill for the GOP. He just hates Barack Obama. And here's my favorite recurring Twitter comment. Oh, yeah, well, where was Glenn Beck during the Bush administration? He was a fascist. Bush increased the government as well. Yeah. No. I'm actually beginning to think this is futile to answer this charge, because those who usually make that charge don't listen or watch my show anyway. So, America, this will be the last time I respond to it, because I'm really finding myself in a unique place where I don't care what people say anymore. Uh-oh, what will the left do now? I did say the same things about George W. Bush. I did complain about his out-of-control spending and debt. I did complain about his failures on the border. In fact, I believe I told the left then they should impeach him for that, because something was going on with global corporations. Uh-oh, facts. Oh, I don't know what to do. Facts. That's a liberal blogger right now. His head pops. I did complain about his abandoning free market principles to save the free market system. I did complain constantly as Bush presided over the largest increase in government since Lyndon B. Johnson. Bad. I also brought up the whole, the Patriot Act. Thought that might be dangerous. Yeah. Because I apparently, unlike many on both sides, have actual principles, I choose to hold on to the truth before the party. Whoa. So the "where were you" argument says nothing about what's going on today. I liken this to an argument, you'd hear at recess between a couple of third graders. It distracts from any real conversation. You're suddenly pointing out George Bush's big government policies. It's the same one you seem to love so much now. Okay, the third grader in me would say, oh yeah, well, where was your support for Bush while he was just like Barack Obama, increasing the size of government and fascism? Stop looking at it through the partisan lens. Both parties are screwing you. When are you going to get that? They're using you. They're using me. They're using all of us. Ignore the R or the D next to their name and start supporting or opposing the politicians in a very different way. Look at what they believe. Look at not what they say they believe, but what they actually do. A little thing I learned, a great man taught me, what was it? Judge a man by the content of his character. Here's something I want you to send to every politician. I want you to send to every politician, and you demand an answer. And they are either in or out, okay? We made it big, because I don't think, they have a hard time reading things, I don't know if we've, all right, so we made it really big. 1, I believe in a balanced budget and therefore will vote for a freeze in government spending until that goal is realized. I know that's crazy. I believe government should not increase the financial burden on its citizenry during difficult economic times. Therefore, I will oppose all tax increases until our economy has rebounded. 3, I believe for more than 4 decades of U.S. dependence on foreign oil is a travesty. Can I ask you a question? Can you come up to one, please? Let me ask you a question here, America. Are you kidding me? 4 decades they've been telling us, hey, we got to get away from foreign oil. Hello? We're getting worse. It's a travesty. Therefore, I will support an energy plan that calls for immediately increasing usage of all domestic resources, including nuclear energy, natural gas, and coal. I left out oil because I think it's just common sense. 4, I believe in the sovereignty and security of our country, and therefore will support measures to close our borders except for designated immigration points so we'll know who's entering in and why. And I will vehemently oppose any measure giving another country, the United Nations, or any other entity power over U.S. citizens. That includes czars, by the way. I'm pretty sure. Didn't have that in there, but I should add oil and czars in this for the dummies. Number 5, I believe the United States of America is the greatest country on earth, and therefore will not apologize for policies or actions which have served to free more and feed more people around the world than any other nation on the planet. You know what? When everybody else apologizes for all the crap they've done, then we can apologize for our crap too. Boo-hoo, cry me a river. If your politician doesn't believe, support, or reflect these beliefs in their actions, not what they say in cute little speeches, then they aren't supporting you. You bring these words to them. They're not supporting or protecting or defending the Constitution of the United States. And let me see, what is the oath that they take? I will protect the Constitution against anyone, foreign or domestic, any enemy, foreign or domestic. Well, it seems to me we have some foreigners that are an enemy to the Constitution. Gee, do you think we have any constitutional enemies domestically? It's time to throw those bums out. Starting Monday, make it very clear to these people. I want you to take this and you go to every place there's a politician. Whenever they're speaking, you ask them to take this oath. You do it calmly. You do it rationally. If they're not for this, well, you know what? Then the country is going to pop like the little blogger's head did when I started explaining facts a few minutes ago. You tell these politicians, you're either in, or next election season, you are out. Now, I brought up a lot of facts this week, the responses from my critics, but more importantly, it's not about me, it's what you're going to face when you start speaking out, and how to deal with that next.